Welcome back to the Automation Mentor. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by juggling multiple apps like Gmail, a Trello, Airtable, or Shopify, you're not alone. Managing workflows across different tools can be a real headache, whether it's sending emails, updating spreadsheets, or syncing inventory. But here's the good news. Make makes it easy to connect all your favorite apps and automate repetitive tasks. In this video, I'll walk you through how Make works, share some practical examples of workflows you can build, and give you tips on troubleshooting common issues. By the end of this, you'll have a solid understanding of how to start automating your workflows and saving time every single day. Let's dive in. So here's the thing about Make. It connects hundreds of apps so you don't have to jump back and forth between them. Whether you're using Gmail for email, a Trello for project management, Airtable for databases, or a Shopify for e-commerce, Make lets you integrate these tools seamlessly. For example, let's say you want to create a workflow that automatically adds new leads from a Google form into your CRM system. With Make, you can set up a connection between Google Forms and your CRM, like HubSpot or Salesforce, and have the data flow directly without any manual input. Here's what it looks like in action. You simply drag and drop modules for each app, configure the triggers and actions, and boom, you've got a workflow that runs on autopilot. It's intuitive, and even if you're not tech-savvy, you can get the hang of it pretty quickly. Another cool thing about Make is its flexibility. You're not limited to just one app at a time. For instance, you can create multi-step workflows that involve several apps. Imagine setting up a workflow where a new customer order in a Shopify triggers an email confirmation via Gmail, updates inventory in Airtable, and creates a task in a Trello fulfillment. That's the power of automation. Now let me give you a few more real-world examples of workflows you can build with Make. These are designed to save you time and make your life easier. First, let's talk about automating email notifications. Imagine you're managing leads in a CRM like a Zoho CRM or Pipedrive. Instead of manually sending emails to notify your team when a new lead comes in, you can set up a workflow and Make to do it automatically. Here, how it works. When a new lead is added to your CRM, Make triggers an email notification to your sales team or even to the lead themselves with all the relevant details. This keeps everyone in the loop and ensures no opportunity slips through the cracks. Next, let's look at syncing inventory updates. If you sell products on multiple platforms like a Shopify and Amazon, keeping track of stock levels can be a nightmare. Overstocking or overselling can cost you money and damage your reputation. With Make, you can create a workflow that syncs inventory updates across platforms in real time. For example, when a product is sold on a Shopify, the inventory count in Amazon is updated instantly, and vice versa. This ensures your stock levels are always accurate, no matter where the sale happens. Here's another example, automating social media posts. Let's say you want to share blog posts from your website on LinkedIn or Twitter. Instead of manually copying and pasting links, you can use Make to pull new blog posts from your RSS feed and post them directly to your social media accounts. You can even schedule these posts to go out at specific times, so your content reaches your audience when they're most active. It's a great way to stay consistent with your social media strategy without spending hours on it. Finally, let's talk about data backup. If you're working with critical information in apps like Airtable or Google Sheets, it's always a good idea to have backups. With Make, you can set up a workflow that automatically exports your data to cloud storage services like Dropbox or Google Drive on a regular basis. This gives you peace of mind knowing that your data is safe and accessible, even if something goes wrong with the original app. Now, setting up these workflows is usually pretty straightforward, but sometimes things don't go as planned. If you run into connection issues, don't panic, I've got you covered. Here are some tips to help you troubleshoot and fix common problems. First, double-check your API keys. These are like passwords that let Make talk to your app, so if there's a typo or missing character, the connection won't work. Go back to the app settings and regenerate the API key if needed. Next, make sure the app has the right permissions. For example, if Gmail isn't sending emails, confirm that Make has access to send messages on your behalf. Some apps require you to grant specific permissions, so check the app's documentation if you're unsure. Finally, use the test connection feature in Make to verify everything's working properly before launching your workflow. It's a quick way to catch any issues early and avoid headaches down the line. For example, if you're syncing data between two apps, test the first app's trigger separately, then test the second app's action. Once both parts work independently, you can combine them into a full workflow. And remember, Make has a fantastic support team and community forums. Before we wrap up, I want to share a few tips for optimizing your workflows in Make. These will help you get the most out of the platform and ensure your automations run smoothly. One of the best ways to optimize your workflows is by using filters. Filters allow you to specify conditions for when a workflow should run. For example, if a required field is missing, you can set a filter to stop the automation before continuing, preventing unnecessary operations and reducing the risk of errors. Another tip is to schedule your workflows to run at optimal times. For example, if you're syncing large datasets between apps, running the workflow during off-peak hours can reduce the load on your systems and prevent slowdowns. Make has usage limits based on your subscription plan, so keep an eye on how many operations your workflows are consuming. If you notice you're hitting your limit, Consider optimizing your workflows to use fewer steps or upgrading your plan to accommodate higher usage. Finally, take advantage of Make's pre-built templates. These are ready-to-use workflows for common tasks, like sending welcome emails or syncing contacts. You can customize them to fit your needs, which saves you time and effort compared to building workflows from scratch. So there you have it, a deeper dive into automating workflows across popular apps like Gmail, a Trello, Airtable, and a Shopify. Whether it's sending email notifications, syncing inventory, backing up data, or posting on social media, Make can save you a ton of time and headaches. If you found this helpful, feel free to subscribe for more tips like this. And if you've got questions or ideas for future videos, leave them in the comments. I'd love to hear from you.